Did you do that when you did your first podcast?
Yeah, he called.
Yeah.
So he always calls.
So what do you feel that meditation has helped you so far? What was the Geraldine before meditation, Geraldine after meditation, all this time?
I don't know. I think the fact that I lived in LA for the last year, it's given me an advantage to explore a lot of things. And that has translated into how I now communicate to other people, including my clients. And there's like this theory that I have where there's like this radical thought that what if we were to all just believe that we are everything that we ever needed right now? What if there wasn't anything we needed to change, pursue, strive after, become? What if right now you're everything that you ever wanted and needed? Because in reality, that's the truth. And we were just briefly talking about this. That's what meditation shows me every time, is that we are magnificent beings of light that have this capacity to call into our lives anything that we desire. And that's the truth. But when we wake up from meditation and we realize we live in this dense world where there are things like fear and anger and hatred and all of the things that come at us, then it makes it harder for us to take that realization into the everyday. And that's a challenge. But that's also the beauty of being a human being, is because we get to experience this and learn from this and interact with one another and gain the experiences that we have, which is why I always convey to you, if there's a challenge in your life, that there's a lesson there. And that really is. It's a blessing. It's like, thank you for being an asshole to me, because that taught me something about myself.
Yes.
And it really all there is to it. And that's what meditation has really shown me, is the capacity, how everyone is. I was sitting on the train the other day and I was like, do I really believe all these people here are good people? Just coming here, and I'm looking at everybody. I was like, well, yes, I do believe that. And some people, their light may not be as bright as another person because they don't believe that about themselves. The ones that believe that about themselves are the brighter lights, which is why it's important for us to get to know ourselves better and really allow our light to shine, because that's when we get to the truth of all there is. And that's what meditation has shown me. But I've only been able to discover that because I've been away from living in a city, and I've been able to sit in silence, and I've been able to dedicate to a practice, and I've been able to dedicate to really great deep self-love. But that doesn't mean that I'm there, so every day there are still challenges, and again, there are the human challenges where I'm comparing myself to someone else, or I might be feeling like I'm far from where I want to be, or I'm far from who I used to be, or whatever nonsense might be going on in my mind. But that just teaches me better self-acceptance of who I am today. And that's the lesson. Like, how much can you embrace yourself today? So that's what meditation is showing me.
Like Philip used to tell me, like, you can't really teach new tricks to an old dog. He says it. But I believe now that meditation can teach you a lot of new tricks. Doesn't matter how old.
It's never too late to learn, right? That's also a saying. So which do you choose?
If you believe that you can't teach an old dog new tricks, then you may as well roll over and just die. Because if you're not growing, you're not living. If you're not living, then what else is there?
Yes, and I know that all of this, like you're moving to LA, gave you a different perspective about your life because you were so busy here, and now with meeting a lot of new people, a new atmosphere and all of that, came through some pain, right?
Yes.
I don't know, was pain that brought you into, for you now, Fatima, pain that brought you into meditation was the same path?
I think pain is, like Geraldine said, a teacher.
It is.
It's not without everything, any kind of growth, any kind of development comes from sadness or from some sort of challenge. And I think what meditation shows you is that it's a path, it's a journey, and there's something on the other side. So you never stop experiencing those things, but you can separate yourself from that experience, knowing that it's leading you to another place.
Yes, yes, I agree with you. It's to me, meditation came after I gave birth, and all I knew was exercise to feel better, and then I just hit a wall because I couldn't exercise harder than I was, and I was getting nowhere. And then I was like, okay, let me try this Headspace app that Geraldine told me about, because I needed answers. And I now looking back, I see that I couldn't shut down my mind, that I was all the time saying to myself I wasn't good enough, I wasn't a good mom, I wasn't trying hard enough, I had to try harder and harder, right? And so it was very, very painful, and very painful in my life, that little by little, I started growing up from it, because what are you gonna do, right? You're in hell, what you're gonna do? You're gonna give up? So I'm happy to share this, because since I started meditating, that is not easy. It's still not easy.
I don't think it's ever easy.
It's not, right? What do you think is the hardest?
Well, there's so much going on in our minds, and to quiet that, to some days it's amazing and some days it's harder, and that's just part of the process, I think.
Do you feel you would be, if it wasn't for meditation, you would be in a good place, that in a better place to
if I did not have meditation?
That
No.
you never started.
I'm a much better person, wife, mother, human being for it.
Yeah.
What for you meditation has taught you? Like, what is one of the most precious lessons that you have learned through it?
I think, let's see, what is the most precious lesson? It's really taught me to view things in a different way. It's allowed me to listen to my instincts and my heart versus my instinct to fight or to protect or to, it just really lets me be. Mm-hmm. So it's freeing in so many ways. It's like when I feel most alive, awake, and free.
Makes a lot of sense.
And then you bring some of that into your everyday.
It makes a lot of sense, because as we were talking, like nowadays society is so overwhelming with this load of information and whatever it's going on in everybody's life. And if we compare to our ancestors, they probably had some quiet, peaceful moments with themselves, just enjoying laying down on their ground and listening to the birds.
And they were connected to nature. They put their feet in the dirt. They listened to the sounds of the birds and the trees and the wind, and they were around all of this that is a connectivity that I think we all need.
Yes.
And now we're connected through Wi-Fi and phones and all that, but not to the earth, not to nature, not to people.
Not to people. Not to people. Yeah. So there's a bunch of factors, I think, that is dragging societies. You said in our podcast that depression is going to be one of the most common.
It's going to take over obesity, actually.
Taking over
according
obesity.
to World Health Organization as the #1 disease.
And it's all related.
Yeah.
They're all of the diseases, they're all from the same source.
Yes. What do you think is the source?
Well, just like we were saying, being disconnected, not nourishing ourselves properly, not moving, just not sleeping. I have this theory now in my head that your mind reflects how well your body feels, and your body reflects how well your mind feels. Yeah.
It's probably someone smarter than me came up with this before, but it's just this brings it up, like if you're not eating healthy food, let's say the nutrients you should intake, right? You're not being very careful about what you eat, and you can go on a whole day just eating things that are not adding anything to you and they're poisoning you, right? And then you're sitting down long hours, not moving much, working under this constant stress or focus, whatever it is, and then you're not in contact with nature, you're not in contact with yourself. you're thinking you're not good enough, and then it's no wonders why, you're so upset.
And just on a more like scientific basis, it affects your hormones. It affects you on a cellular level. And then how can you feel good?
Yes, and how can you feel good? How can you feel good?
Well,
what did you do?
start eating better.
Uh-huh.
You can start moving more.
Moving more.
And I'm not talking about having to go to the gym. I mean just moving. Just moving.
Yeah.
All day long. Just keep active.
Like the other day you told me you were going to a bike ride with your family.
Yeah.
Right? What an awesome, simple thing you can do. A bike ride with your family. You're outside
Go
with
for
your
a walk.
family. Go for a
Anything.
walk.
That and sleep. Make sure you get enough sleep. Make sure you rest. And for sure, one of the bigger ones is meditation.
Meditation. What do you do, Geraldine, when you don't feel very well?
Gosh, I do a lot of things. I think if you were to relate to yourself as a being of energy, which we are, right? We're all beings of light or energy. You have to look at ways to keep this energy at this high frequency level. So you eat good foods, you sleep well, like if your battery's low in your phone, you plug it in. It's the same concept. If you need to upgrade your operating system so it runs faster, it's the same thing. That's meditation. You're upgrading your operating software. So I'm trying to relate it to something that people would understand.
Yeah, no,
but
I
if
love
you just
it.
look at your phone and what you do with your phone for your phone to operate well, it's the same concept of what you do with your body, which is also a conducer of energy itself. So you eat well, you sleep well, you surround yourselves with people that also resonate that
positive
same
energy.
with you. You don't, take your phone and you wind up going somewhere where it drains your battery and then your phone dies. It's the same thing when you're around negative people or toxic environments. So you sort of have to look at your life in that way as this like barometer of energy. Like, am I feeling low? What can I do to feed myself right now? Whether it be food or taking a walk in nature or just practicing some deep breathing, whatever is accessible to you. And the more things you have accessible to you, the more opportunities you have to increase your energy bars. And you just look at it like that. Simple.
I think you have to have like tools in your toolkit.
Yeah.
And set up rituals for yourself and knowing what works for you. Like for me, I get up, the first thing I do is turn on my little Himalayan light salt lamp. I do some breathing, I do a little movement, and I do my meditation. And my husband knows, my daughter knows, like when I wake up, this is my time. I need this time, and that just sets the tone of the day for me. When I have time, when like on a weekend, I'll journal as well, do some reading and journaling. And I can't always do that because I'm getting, breakfast ready, lunch ready, starting dinner or whatever, all first thing in the morning. But all of those things really help me every day, and I know that.
It's good you're saying, because so many times we just want to do, and we have so much in our plates, and we tend to, skip the things that are most important and things that make you feel good.
And things that will make you more productive later because you
Yes.
feel good, because your brain is functioning, because,
Yeah. You told me this last time we did the session that we talk about meditation, and Geraldine always brings a different light into things that I'm trying to understand, and I get involved with my thoughts a lot. I'm very I think a lot. I space out a lot. I think I'm always like, I can do something, whatever, and I get involved with it, and I get tense, and I get and then I start shallow breathing, and all that I wanted to do becomes something so painful. Because I'm so anxious, and I just want to do it instead of being able to experience that thought, that line of the idea I want to have, and be calm and let it go and make something pleasant out of it. So I
think
feel
journaling would be good for you.
Journaling would be good for me. Yes.
Even at night, like empty your thoughts at night.
Yeah, that's
Or
a
both.
good idea. I do some things, like I like to pile it up, and Saturdays tend to be my best. I love my Saturdays because I just out of the house. No, I wake up earlier. I do go take my cold shower, I do breathing, and I go teach the boot camp class. That really makes me feel so good. I love when there's a lot of people. So this is a good idea if you really don't know what to do, like in a gym. Go to a class that you like, be around other people, and don't go there thinking about stuff you gotta do. Just go there with your line of thought, like this is your moment. And even though you don't really know what you're doing, it's just the beginning. It's a process. You're gonna get better and better. It's just persistence.
Yeah.
And after the first class, oh my God, my day is so good. Then I still have time to, I still have to work a little bit more, but then I can go to handball practice. That was the best thing I've done for myself this year, being with the girls, playing something, getting some drinks afterwards. And, if I can, I do sauna. And it's amazing how I go back home and I'm renewed. I'm such a better mom, such a better wife. I'm so happy because I gave that time. But then I think people in general, they're just locked into this thing, trying to be a better mom, trying to do this, trying to do that, and they're on this loop of constant demanding, thinking you're not good enough, and unhappy.
Why do we waste our time with that? Right? I'm not saying I don't, but why? Why do we do that? Such a waste of life.
It's a waste of life.
Yeah.
In the end, when you think about it, it really is a choice that we make. And then you have to ask yourself, why do I make that choice? And then you might answer, well, I've always made that choice. Well, why have you always made that choice? Well, it's sort of what I grew up around, or what I've seen, or how my mom was, or whatever the reasonings might be. But the fact that you can ask yourself that question, like, why am I thinking this way?
Yeah.
That's a start.
Yes.
And what you were saying before about interacting with your own thoughts, because once you have a thought, whether real or not real, once you start to interact with it, you give it weight. And then you continue to interact with it, it gets heavier and heavier.
Yes.
And those are often the thoughts that get so dense that you can't shake them, you can't move them, you can't get rid of them, and they stick around. Sometimes they show up as physical pain.
Yeah.
And sometimes
rumination.
and
is the
sometimes
worst
it just
thing.
stays there, and it impacts the way you react to people, the way you talk to people, how you treat yourself. So when you see these thoughts and you witness them, know that you can witness them and allow them to just keep going. Or you can choose to interact with it. Maybe there's a lesson that you have to have with this thought. Like, you have to ask yourself, do I really feel this way? Why do I feel this way? What can I do to change it? And there's a lesson there. But if you're interacting with it in a way that you're believing it and you're analyzing it in a way that you want to know more about it, it's getting heavier and heavier and heavier.
Yes, makes so much sense.
There's a way to, it's a gift that we have when these things comes up, because they come up so frequently. That just means there's something yet that you have to still learn about yourself.
Yes.
And if it repeats itself over and over again, you're making a choice to allow it. And why am I making that choice to allow it happening over and over again? Mm-hmm. There's something there that I need to learn. Because once you learn it, it's gone. It might still come back because you didn't completely embody it. And then you just have to keep on working on it, which is why it's constant. It's always a process.
It's kind of like a constant training.
You also can't feel bad about yourself for ruminating on it too. Like, you know what? It happens. Today, I couldn't get that thought out of my mind. Oh well.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'll have a better meditation, or, you know what I mean? Can't be down on yourself on that too.
Yeah.
Just have the impression that people are down on themselves most of the time and they're good on themselves. I have that impression that even with meditating, to me, that I'm new on meditating, like 1 year and something, it's, I catch myself sometimes, something goes wrong, not as expected at work, but it's a lesson to be learned. It's like I don't have the patience for it, and keep just terminating, and then just brings everything to this loop, right? That if Philip says anything, if he puts one thing out of the place, I'm gonna I'm such in a bad mood. So it's a constant training process. But what you're gonna do, right? You're gonna give up.
Yeah. I think part of it also is just realizing that your ducks are never in a row. Like, you think you know how things are going to go, but we're not really in control of how things are going to go. So if something goes wrong, know that it's not really going wrong. It's just different than what you maybe thought it would happen to begin with. And that's a huge concept for me, to just let go and let things evolve, let things be, let things flow the way they're happening. Let life live.
Yeah, because you have no control.
You have no
over it.
control.
You have control over ourselves.
That's all.
Kind of.
So Geraldine and Fatima always say, like, the relation within yourself, that's the big thing, right? Dealing
Most
with
important.
dealing with your relationship with your husband or your boyfriend, or at work,
Your family, your children, everything.
Yeah, everything. It's good to you to start thinking, like, how is the relationship with yourself, and then if you're not well, like if you feel you still have to lose some weight, or you gotta look better for summer, whatever it is, how are you facing it? Are you all the time you look at yourself in the mirror, do you think you're not good enough, and then past some time you're going like, this sucks, let me just eat as much as I can? That has happened to me so many times, and I feel that frustration sometimes throws you on the wrong path. Or being a mom and not really a new mom, not really knowing what you're doing and trying your best, and then you're trying something, such an unknown path, and you think you're not good enough, and then you have work, and then you have your husband, and then you have things, so many things. So I wanted to bring a little bit towards the women's side a little bit, that it feels a little bit more overwhelming than the men's side in that aspect, the child coming after the mom. We have to step back out of most of the things we do, and life just shakes in such a different way. It was when you became a mom that you became into meditation? Was a little before that? Was before
that. But it was hard to keep my meditation practice when my daughter was first born, because I was exhausted, and it's probably when I needed it the most. But I didn't have the mental space even to meditate. So I let that go, unfortunately, for a couple of years before getting back into it.
Well, you were trying to exercise, trying different things.
Yeah.
It's funny how we tend to shift things we should do. We shift, right? Should meditate.
No, you should.
But I have these other things to do. And sometimes I keep trying to relax and breathe and meditate, and those thoughts keep coming to my head. You gotta go. Oh my God, and get nowhere.
It's so important to have supportive friends and community.
Supportive friends and community.
Yeah. Just being able to talk about it.
Yeah.
I think it changes everything.
I'm experiencing that firsthand, like now. So in LA, I don't have a community at all. So I don't have friends, I don't have family. Aside from my partner, I know maybe 2 other people in all of LA. In New York City, I can't walk down the streets without somebody I know or a body I've rubbed, So here, having a sense of community is what fuels me immensely.
All right, we're going to come visit.
You have to.
Yeah.
We're staying with you.
Yes.
We should do some kind of a Wim Hof, thing that he does, that people come over and stay in the house and do some.
Yeah, we can like get an Airbnb by the beach.
Yeah.
And we could do some early
We'll do
morning,
like a girls' retreat.
early morning,
Oh my
like
God.
plunges in the ocean.
That would
we
be
can
amazing.
Exercise and meditate on the beach. We can have some great meals. I can finally cook for you both.
Yeah.
I mean, and just do a weekend out of it. It would be ideal.
Because this sense of
plan it.
community is so strong.
It's so important.
It is. So what I was
Yeah.
wanted to state was that being in LA, I find that I need to meditate more. I need to do yoga more. I need to make sure I eat 3 like high vibrational foods that I cook at home. I need to go out every day and do a nature walk. I need to exercise every single day because I can feel that I need so much. Here, I'm working a lot. I'm commuting in from New Jersey. It's crowded, it's noisy, it's dirty, it stinks.
Smelly.
I don't cook here at all. Most of my foods are I eat take out from a restaurant or I eat at home, and Filipino food is not often the best food or healthiest food, but I feel healthier because I have community, I have friends, I have my clients, I have purpose. So there's so many things that you can give to yourself aside from making sure you meditate 20 minutes a day. Call a friend.
Yes.
Hug someone.
Yes.
Sit in the park and watch a young child, a dog. Look at the sky. Take pictures.
Feel the sun.
Journal. Feel the sun.
Do something for someone.
Do something for someone. Do something kind out of nowhere for someone else. Just little things that add up, because it just increases how you feel and interact with your world.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be an hour workout. It doesn't have to be a 20-minute meditation. And people are getting caught up in that. It's like, meditation apps and how many times you've meditated every single day and how many hours you've slept and how many workouts did you get in the week. When it comes down to really knowing ourselves and what we need, like, what do I need today and what can I give myself today? What can I do in this moment? As opposed to this calendar, like things to do, then it becomes another anxiety-driven task.
If you miss,
Yes.
miss a certain opportunity to work out, and then you beat yourself up about that too.
Yes. Thinking you're not
All the
good
rules
Yeah.
and the restrictions, and
enough. It's just so much going on for so many people in different ways, right? Comparing how it used to be. Nowadays, it's so much in our plate. You're expected to work long hours. You're on this constant information access through TV, phones, whatever it is. But it's having Kawe. I'm gonna make this long story short. Just like having Kawe and having him, mommy. So why I didn't answer him right away? Where's my mind at? Right? Just keep thinking about things and not really experiencing the moment. Or when Kawe is playing there, what the hell? There, take your phone away. Let me enjoy my son and play the little world with him. That is already makes such a big difference.
Yeah.
You're able to turn it off. And as a mom, I really expect that to be able to stay grounded with him and experience him instead of think about things I gotta do or working on the phone or answering someone that is not really worth it, the time that you're with your child, right? Or even if you're working too many hours and you don't have time to exercise, what can you do for you? What can you do for yourself, right? So that's a good question. So I have some friends, and I was talking to one 2 days ago, and she was saying, Lou, I don't have time, I'm working all these hours, I'm not sleeping enough, but I want to go to the gym, I need some butt, I lost my butt, and and I just told her, like, you shouldn't push that hard. Don't beat yourself down that much. Maybe you need to sleep a little bit more, and that's gonna make you feel better.
And the question is why? Why do is having a nice butt then gonna make you feel better?
That's true.
You'll have a nice butt, and you'll still be wanting something else, because that's not really the answer.
That's not the point. I was talking about this to someone some days ago. Like, we believe that having the body of your dreams is what is gonna bring you happiness, but isn't the pursuit that makes you feel happy? That you're eating well, you're exercising, you're giving some time for yourself. Maybe it's that feeling and not how you're gonna look in the mirror.
It's not how you're gonna look; it's how you're gonna feel in your life.
Feel in your life, yeah. So, like, I hope you're seeing yourself a little bit in this talk, because this is the big point. You're not alone. A lot of people are going through hard moments, and we are just sharing things that we have been acknowledging through pain. A lot of pain, I would say. How to make yourself feel good. What is the path that your life is still trying? There are ways.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not stuck.
You're not stuck. You just have to step up and say, listen, life is hard, but I'm going to shake it. I'm not giving up. Because if you give up, what are you going to do? You're going to be more miserable, right?
And we're all worth it.
We're all worth it. What do you think is one of the things that tend to happen to people that bring them down Like what they're doing that is bringing them down, they're not realizing.
It's probably self-talk, like self-perception, and the stresses and the pains that you're bringing to yourself. Like you're talking yourself down, and they're not even real entities. They're just kind of figments of your mindset at that time.
It's so crazy to hear it, but it's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true. I catch myself like that, like how I used to be. I used to be such a bitch to myself, so mean. Then if someone would come around and say something, that's it, you know, like I already snapped because I'm being so mean to myself for such a long time. That comes a little bit towards relationships, right? The husband or the boyfriend come and say something, you're not in a good place already.
You take everything so personally.
Yeah. What do you feel that you think it's this self-talk too? That's what.
I guess, it's a lot of things, but that definitely is something very common and everyone experiences, self-talk. I think with the rise of social media too, the whole concept of comparison and looking outside of us is also distracting a lot of people.
So that's what it is. We're distracted. It's distracted. Your mind.
Society trying to tell you should be something that you're not even close to be like. Right? I think that image, especially for women.
And we assume that no one else, the people or the thing you aspire to be, that they don't have the problems that we have, and everyone's the same. Yeah,
Yes.
everyone's the same.
Everyone is the same. Everyone is going through some torment within themselves. So don't think it's you only. It's very. You know what gets me depressed? Television. I'm gonna have to cut this. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much, Fatima, for doing this, and I hope we can do this again. And this is all my fault because it was such a nightmare. But I'm really trying my best and trying to get all of this together and bring some good message to everybody.
Let us know what you want to hear next.
I think we should leave with some tools. One suggestion.
Okay, good. So one more minute, Fatima. Yes. So to someone that doesn't feel very good with themselves right now, right? Okay, let's give some suggestions. Let's brainstorm. I was going to say brainwash. Brainstorm.
I made a suggestion to a client the other day is to listen to a song that makes him feel good, because sound has the capacity to change your mood like that.
It does.
So if there's a song that you love that just makes you feel good, play it. Why not start your day with it? Why not, before you go into a meeting, listen to it? Why not? So find a song you love and listen to it.
Very good. Very good. You want to suggest something?
I can go many ways with that. Have a very nice glass of wine. Sit down. treat yourself. Allow yourself to be treated by yourself. Have a nice meal. Have a glass of wine. Have a glass of water. Go look at the sunset. Like, just take a break.
Yes, that's good.
Treat yourself like you would your best friend. Someone you love, someone you just absolutely adore.
That would be so nice. My suggestion is, if you can, go for some sprints. You're gonna feel so good. Oh my God! You time 30 seconds. You just run as fast as you can, not feeling like I gotta lose weight. No, you just set yourself free and you
just
run.
Set yourself free. Do some cartwheels.
If you can put some cool music in the background, bam, 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 whatever you like, that's gonna make you feel good.
Or dance. Dance helps me too.
Dance.
Just turn on the music and dance.
Dance
by
with
yourself.
Your son.
Yeah. Or with your son.
Or scream. Sometimes I need to scream.
Scream. That's true. Scream. Sauna. Does sauna make you feel good?
A sauna makes me feel. I love the sauna.
There are so many things we can do.
Yeah.
There's so many things we can do.
Don't feel frozen. Find a way and just do it.
Yes. And if you don't really know how to meditate, you can start with Headspace app. Or could you suggest anything? Geraldine, what someone that doesn't know how to meditate and just want to try to do something? What could you suggest?
I do love Headspace, but the one thing that I'm suggesting to people right now is actually Equinox came out with some meditations that they're calling Headstrong. So if you're an Equinox member, you have direct access to that. And they also have it on their website. So they have some guided meditations that you can listen to. And it caters to more of the population that live like this like fast-paced, high-performance living. So
Okay.
I love Tara Brock. Tara Brock, BRACH.
What is
You
it?
go to her website. She's a guided meditation leader, and she's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna look into it too. Okay, maybe some breathing too, right? The fact
Definitely.
you breathe a little bit and big breaths makes you feel.
We're coming out with a whole breathing protocol, breathing program to help you relearn how to breathe. I'll let you know once that's up and running
Yes.
too. It's going to be an amazing course.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it, and especially talking more about it.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a lot to talk.
It can instantly change the way you think, the way you move, the way your body like lots of things.
Your posture.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much for doing this again with
Thank
me.
you.
I hope you like it, and hopefully we are going to see these two together with me soon. Okay?
in LA.
In LA. All right,
right.
thank you.